I'm a girl who gets facial hair, and that is absolutely okay, but I have to shave my face every day, so I'm using the EOS Sensitive Shave Cream to protect my skin and get a close shave. Bikini reveal in 3, 2, 1.
Coming to a woman's bathroom near you where the phrase, "Aren't you happy to see me?" will have a new meaning. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name is Luke Rudowski here of wearechange.org, and things are not okay, as of course there still is a huge amount of crazy news, as it looks like things are just falling apart, especially with the official narrative. Some latest developments coming with Tucker Carlson, as of course humanity is very persistent during adversities, and there's a lot of adversities, lots of weirdness, lots of infighting between Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. We're going to get into that, plus a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast is from Damon Inmamina. I have a horrible time pronouncing names, and I've seen some of his stuff from time to time, and it's really good. So we're going to be linking his channels down in the description below so you could follow more of his work. Again, it's at Damien Imanin, and he does really great stuff that is definitely worth checking out. And if you're looking for a laugh or a goof, I think his latest depiction of what's happening in women's restrooms is definitely on point. So I want to shout him out for that awesome satirical comedic video that we definitely need more of desperately. So shouts him out, and thank you for creating comedy during these very difficult times. As of course, he highlighted a situation with Dylan Mulvaney in a woman's bathroom that, let's be honest here, probably is or already has happened. All of this as today we're finding out that Bud Light has suffered a staggering 17% sales loss. This as many Republicans and mainly their fratty base isn't happy with them being ridiculed and made fun of, as of course the beer company is trying to sell beer to children, specifically 20% of the new LGBT population in Gen Z, which is a really bad move because kids can't buy beer, dumbass. All of this as the Republican conservative frat boys are moving towards the ultra-right conservative beer company that is expected to have $1 million in sales since launching their alternative beer company just a few weeks ago. This as Seth Weathers came out with a video and a product, ultra-right beer, that is selling really well. And now with right-wingers getting actively engaged in the boycott movement, how will Fox News deal with all of this? As of course, they just fired and got rid of their number one news anchor. That was the reason why the majority of people were actually watching the news network. That's a question that, of course, a lot of people have here. As today, we got new images of Tucker Carlson living his best life, going on a romantic date with his wife, driving around Florida in what looks like a makeshift ATV, looking more gleeful than ever. All of this as we're finding out that he was blindsided by Fox News, the network which he dominated and spent 14 years working on. All of this is according to some sources. Tucker Carlson has not been officially fired yet, but essentially is, quote, being held in golden handcuffs and employment hostage by Fox News, as he's been allegedly locked out of his emails and told he could no longer work for the network while still being employed by them. As one source from The Independent has come out and told them that he's being paid $1.6 million per month for his contract, and that there's allegedly 18 months still remaining on his contract, which means we could see Tucker Carlson sidelined for the entirety of the next election cycle, which of course would have a very big impact on the political landscape of this country. Is Tucker Carlson now going to be sitting on the beach for 18 plus months during one of the key, most pivotal times in what some would argue the most pivotal time in American history? Well, if that's the case here, well, that's definitely not good news for the Republic, as of course many Americans relied on him for being the only true anti-establishment voice that was anti-war, anti-big pharma, anti-the military-industrial complex, anti-the FBI and the intelligence agencies running international trafficking extortion operations with small children. As of course, one of the lead stories that this man was working on that we were waiting to find out the details of was specifically finding out about the DOJ's investigation into Mr. Epstein. That story, what happened to that DOJ investigation, could probably now be forgotten, as of course Tucker Carlson is no longer on air. And it looks like some people might have seen this coming, including maybe even Tucker Carlson himself, who on the last broadcast on Fox News came out and actually said this during one of his segments.
I wonder just how filthy and dishonest our news media are. You'll be in the shower and you'll think they're bad, but how bad are they? Well, here's one measure of their badness. You can try this at home. Ask yourself, is any news organization you know of so corrupt that it's willing to hurt you on behalf of its biggest advertisers? Anyone who do that is obviously Pablo Escobar level corrupt and should not be trusted. I wonder
who he was talking about there in that very detailed, specific instance, just days before he was ousted and kicked off of his own news network. All of this as Elon Musk responded to all of this by saying that Twitter is a free speech alternative that could actually host Tucker. Now, will Tucker be able to under the contracts that he signed with Fox News? That's yet another story that we still do not know the details of. But I think it's pretty clear a lot of Pentagon officials, members of the military-industrial complex, some would say professional sociopaths that make a killing off of a killing, have come out very courageously on Politico and said good riddance, and publicly cheered to the news that their one and only critic, the one and only voice that represented an anti-war stance on national television, has finally been gotten rid of and no longer will be able to hold them accountable or criticize them. Yes, this is an actual article by Politico sourcing anonymous Pentagon officials, very trustworthy people that always seem to get stories wrong, all in the efforts of larger propaganda psyopses. And for them to highlight and celebrate the only person that was brave enough to criticize them is extremely telling to what is really going on here, as of course Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has his own theories, specifically citing the big pharma agencies today, even going on and talking about how these Pentagon officials partnered with like Vanguard, spending billions of dollars on projects to censor free speech in America. This is according to the Twitter files that have been previously released, citing what people are calling the information cartel. Robert Kennedy then went on and also clarified that when he meant Vanguard, he meant Vanguard 25, which is an elite group of top media and tech executives with high government officials that he calls an undemocratic functioning of power to suppress dissent. And what's been happening on social media, what's been happening with the algorithm changes, with the demonetizations, it absolutely makes sense that these groups are getting organized more than ever and taking down any kind of critical thinking, dissenting voices, and rational point of view that doesn't just regurgitate their propaganda. And that's why, more than ever, we have started to create our own platform, and that is LukeUnfiltered.com. And if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? As of course, you get a huge amount of value given to you for just less than 50 cents a day. Yes, less than 50 cents a day, you could sign up and get exclusive access to new video reports. We're going to have a brand new one coming out later on today. That's going to be very important and very telling. If you're a member, you also get access to an in real life event happening this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern in Miami, where I will be personally meeting, greeting, and breaking bread with you guys with a special guest in downtown Miami, 5 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. If you're in the area, come say hi. The location will be revealed to members on the morning of the meetup, as well as you get an opportunity to win the Florida Man Trip. As we just launched FloridaManTrip.com, an actual website. Click on it right now to find out more details, as we're doing a contest giveaway sweepstakes with a free flight, free hotel, free food, free lunch and dinner, the opportunity to hang out, meet We Are Change staff, as well as a 4-hour tactical self-defense firearms training with myself and other professionals in the field. There's a training course here that is unlike any other that I have seen, that I absolutely enjoy participating in. You will get some of the most important skills that you will ever learn when it comes to self-defense in this training course that I personally will be a part of. To enter this getaway sweepstakes, you have to be a member of LukeUnfiltered.com. LukeUnfiltered.com. We have an entry form that you fill out as soon as you log in to LukeUnfiltered.com. That will guarantee your entry into this contest. Only do it once. If you do it twice, you automatically become disqualified. And this is going to be one hell of an amazing, fun trip for you guys, as you will finally be able to get the true Florida Polish man experience, which is going to be awesome and really fun. So I look forward to all of you amazing human beings participating in that and seeing you guys later on today, as of course the members only video is available for you right now. But we are still not done here, as there are a lot of very important things to talk about. All, of course, as it looks like the Democrats are taking control of more and more institutions, enriching themselves more than ever, as they're setting up more communistic-like policies inside of the United States that absolutely screw over hard-working, honest, decent human beings, all in the favor of, quote, larger equity efforts that are really just discriminatory efforts that punish people who actually work hard and try to achieve something for themselves, which is becoming more and more difficult for them, especially with the latest rule passed by Democrats that now will punish people with good credit, that will have them paying more starting May 1st, while high-risk buyers with bad credit will pay less. Yes, you heard that correctly. There's a new policy put in by the Biden administration that skews mortgages for homeowners, and if you are someone that is fiscally responsible, that, of course, doesn't have a lot of debt, that has a good credit score, always paid their bills, you will be punished and now told to pay more for the people who don't have good credit, who aren't responsible for their finances, who spent more money than they actually had. Why are we doing this communistic policy? Well, that's the policy of the Democratic Party that they have institutionalized, that people are going along with. This, as the military-industrial complex also gets a lot of favors with the Democrats in charge. Well, let's be honest, they also get a lot of favors with the Republicans in charge too, especially under the last administration, by the way, which a lot of people don't want to see, but it's there when you actually look into it. All of this as we're finding out that depleted uranium shells are on their way to Ukraine, have already been shipped, and most likely are already being used. Another major escalation in this proxy war that is extremely dangerous for the rest of this world. All of this as, of course, Russia has just announced that they're sending their T-14 tanks in Ukraine for the first time. How will their tanks perform against the latest modern Western tanks? Well, only time will tell, as of course we're keeping a close eye on this proxy war, which keeps getting escalated as Democrats but love taking it away from law-abiding American citizens, as in Washington state, the Democratic governor there just signed a bill banning the sale, manufacturing, and distribution of rifles in the state. A law that was effective immediately, that is absolutely unconstitutional, and as Democrats give money to the military-industrial complex, punish people for their hard work and good credit, disarm law-abiding innocent civilians while allowing crime to skyrocket in major Democratic cities, what are the Republicans doing? Well, they're fighting each other over nonsense. This, as Donald Trump has just announced that he does not want to be on the debate stage for the GOP nomination. This, as we're also finding out that Donald Trump might soon get involved in a bill in Florida that would prevent Ron DeSantis from running to be president of the United States, as he is now publicly trying to get out of the primary debates. Primary debates are important for the country to decide who should be their candidate, who stands on what particular issues. And if Donald Trump skips out on these debates, which it looks like he is, this is definitely not going to be doing anyone any favors and destroying the political discourse in this country, as Ron DeSantis is also hitting back with the super PAC that is now offering to pay Donald Trump to move out of Florida, as of course Donald Trump said that Florida is among the worst states to live in. I personally live in Florida. I moved to Florida. Pretty good state. I would say it's one of the best states. I've been to Texas recently. I love Florida way more. No offense to Texas, but when it comes to the greater union, when it comes to freedom, when it comes to personal responsibility, when it comes to taxes, when it comes to people, in my opinion, again, I might be wrong. My personal opinion, my personal preferences, Florida takes it. Beautiful state, beautiful people, beautiful beaches, unlike Galveston. Ugh. No offense, Texas, no offense. Florida is where it's at. But I think it's fair to say, beyond this petty arguing and bickering, I think it's fair to say we're going to have more Democratic leadership ahead of us, especially when the Republicans just keep fighting each other. I think it's pretty clear as day that that's what's happening and going to continue to happen from here. And in my opinion, that's a little ridiculous and stupid. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section below. We got one more video coming your way right now on lukeunfiltered.com. It's available for you right now as we speak. I hope to see most of you guys on Saturday, and I'm super excited to announce the winner in a little bit for our sweepstakes getaway, which is going to be also really fun and really cool to participate in. I love you guys. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys, and this is why. I already said I love you guys. Well, I love you guys more. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.